It's time to have that conversation about the National Sports Festival. And once again, on the show, we're joined by the chairman of the local organizing committee, who also doubles as the deputy governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu. He joins us on the show. Greetings to you, sir. Thanks for joining us on the show tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
All right. I want you to set the record straight, because there are things circulating in the media, and I'll quickly like you, before we go into all the discussion, I'll quickly like you to confirm or refute. Something got into one of the daily newspapers today that the sports ministry is thinking of, is considering moving the sports festival away from Edo State to Abuja. So I just want to quickly ask you if you've heard anything like that, to either confirm or refute that before we just go on the show.
Well, somebody sent it to me on a text, and I think some of the newspapers carried it on their social media platform. And what I did was to call the Honorable Minister, and also I was able to reach the Permanent Secretary to confirm if that was just a bush radio comment or somebody is trying to fly a kite. And the minister told me he did not authorize any press statement, and the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Youth and Sport, also confirmed he did not issue such statement. So I just want to believe it's just one of those bush radio comments, or somebody is trying to fly a kite. And for us, it doesn't really exist. It doesn't take somebody to just wake up and say it's moving to National Sports Festival. The eve of it. Yeah. So for me, it's just one of those social media comments, because the Honorable Minister told me he did not authorize such statement. So I want to believe that's what has happened.
That's very good. Our minds are at peace now that you have clarified that. But let's also go to the little matter. It's not the little matter, by the way. It's a big issue. The issue about the commitment of the federal government to Edo State. And last week on the show, we weren't sure if Edo State has received the alert, like we say, local parlance. So you have the opportunity to confirm to us whether or not that has been sorted.
If you want to say, if I should answer yes or no, it's no, we've not gotten alert. Okay. But beyond saying no, that we've not gotten alert, there are efforts that are being put in place, and we are being carried along in those efforts that have been put in place by the Honorable Minister, and even the SGF has also come into the issue, the Vice President, the President, and as of this evening, I've confirmed that those that need to sign documents that will release the funds have signed. So we are all working together to make sure that these funds get to Edo State from their end. So all hands are on deck to get these funds available for the games. So as at now, no alert yet.
Okay. All right. Thanks for clearing that up as well. But let me ask you this one. Talking about preparations, it's been a mixed bag. Even my colleague in the studio has one or two stories from the state. Do you think, because we had 14 athletes that were supposed to come, now it's 8 athletes, but even the 8,000 athletes, I beg your pardon, do you think they will be able to meet the guidelines that you have set? And if they don't meet it, will they, it's a tough question to ask, but I have to. Is there any chance of the rules being bent in a way to accommodate some so that we can have a games proper?
As far as COVID-19 is concerned, that was the cause of the postponement by the Ministry of Youth and Sport and federal government. That was the reason they gave for the postponement. And if that is the reason that resulted to the postponement, the rules that we are both agreed on, that the MOC and the LOC stands. And as a responsible state that have been able to flatten the curve of the spread of COVID-19, we will not want to host a tournament that will spark, or a tournament that will be a super spreader in our state. And that is why the rules will not be, will Edo State and the federal ministry, and I know the PTF is very concerned about this, that I know, will not want to bend any rules. Any state that do not adhere to this will not have a visa to participate in the game. You must vaccine, all these athletes must receive their vaccine, and they must be verified, and all the athletes also must have PCR tests 72 hours minimum before they come into Edo. Any of them, any athlete, including Edo athletes, that did not make themselves available to be inoculated or for the PCR test will not be admitted into the games.
Okay.
So there's no issue of spending. It's something that even the Edo State Task Force on COVID-19 is very serious about. We have spent a lot of resources, time, energy, and we have completely inconvenienced our Edo people through all the protocol that we have to observe. Now we are seeing light after all the inconveniences we have caused Edo people in terms of the policies we have to put in place to flatten the curve. We will not want to waste all that effort.
Well, this is going to be your parting shot on the show, but it's two in one. First, I want to ask, as a matter of guarantee, for those who are listening, can you say to us that the sports festival will start on Friday as it is meant to, one? Then, in spite of all that we've had to talk about, is Edo State hosting to win? If you can just put that together for us.
Yeah, I actually want to encourage other states that are already preparing not to worry. The game we hold, as far as with the efforts I've seen from the federal government, the minister and I have been in contact touch, and the governor also, and the SGF and other top federal government officials have been working around the clock. So the efforts that we have seen from federal government this time, I can confidently say that we are sure that the alert will come, because the alert is actually a prerequisite for the game. So I am very sure this time that the alert will come. And that is why, if you observe, we have some of this, the equipment that are meant for the games. For the past 5 days, we have started installing all the games equipment. We have kept them inside caravan for over a year, and even when dates were fixed the last time, we refused to use them because we were sure that there was no serious effort from the other end. But this time, we have seen greater effort, and we are seeing the minister working around the clock, and other top federal government officials are in, the SGF, all of them are in. So I can confidently say the effort we have seen so far, a lot will come, and we have already started putting everything in place. So we encourage every other state to know that the game we hold, and that is why the rumor of that the game were going to be moved was laughable, because I know what was going on in the federal government end. We are looking for a little money now. If you are moving the games, you will need to spend times 10 or such money to even prepare. So that's why I didn't take it serious. So I want to really encourage our people, that all other states, but don't forget the visa to our games village. You must show that we must verify that you have been inoculated, and you must do your PCR test.
Okay.
That is, yes. And for hosting and winning, we are still determined to host and win, but win clean.
Okay.
We are not just hosting to win, but we are hosting to win clean. Okay. So, and we know our rival, our junior brother, Delta State, are training. And we are going to treat them like our younger brother, take care of them very well when they come. And they will respect Edo and definitely concede the first position to Edo.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your time on the show. Hopefully, when next we have a conversation, it will be to talk about how well things are going at the National Sports Festival.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. And you guys are doing a great job. Please keep it up.
All right, thank you.